Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Steve Breach coming to you here today with the big win for the San Francisco 49ers, moving on to 9-1 in the NFC West. We are going to be still the top dog, but we had a hard-fought game against the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals came in with a with a record of 3-6-1, but honestly, I knew that the team that was led by Kyle Murray was a team that honestly could have upset the 49ers. Niners coming off of a loss last week, and we sure didn't want to drop two of them in a row. Found ourselves down 16-0 early in this game. Richard Sherman and the defense honestly didn't really have the best day. You can honestly say that Jimmy Garoppolo ended the day with a career day, but probably even at halftime was not looking that great. The offense wasn't moving. The defense wasn't working. I can honestly tell you that good teams find ways to win even when they have bad days on the football field. And that was what this was. Niners came from behind. At one point, we're down 16-0. Ended up winning this game 30-26. Niners sealed the deal with a Jimmy Garoppolo come from behind touchdown as we were driving downfield. And then basically when we kicked the ball off to Arizona with 30 seconds left on the clock, Arizona ran one play and the 49ers were able to force a fumble and recover the ball. And that sealed the victory for the 49ers. So we had a really, really good day all around. Of course, getting the win, moving on to 9-1. Garoppolo, 4 touchdowns with 2 interceptions. One interception in the fourth quarter, honestly, I thought sealed the fate of the 49ers that we were going to drop this game. Niners were able to force a 3-and-out, and they punted the ball back to us, and that's what gave Garoppolo the chance to drive down the field. It looked like we were trying to set up a touchdown. We got a little bit of a gift with the 49ers being gifted a first down. I honestly thought that the ball came up short by maybe even more than a few feet. But when the referees looked over the play and it re-spotted the ball, they gave the 49ers a very favorable spot, and we were able to move on from there. The Cardinals blitzed the house, and Jimmy Garoppolo was able to find an open receiver who just took it all the way down the middle where nobody was. Touchdown 49ers. Really big win. Not a big rushing day for the 49ers. Leading rusher would be Mostert with 6 carries for 13 yards. Tevin Coleman, 8 carries for 6 yards. Receiving core, Deebo Samuel, 8 receptions for 134 yards. The fullback was 7 receptions for 63 yards. Tevin Coleman, 3 catches for 48 yards. And Emmanuel Sanders, he caught one of the plays to set up the touchdown drive to end the game. Playing out there with giving all he can with that hurt shoulder, and is just basically able to give us everything we got. Marquise Goodwin for I believe the 3rd week in a row. Very limited playing time. This guy at one point to start this season was our number 1 receiver, and ever since Emmanuel Sanders came, his playing time is decreased. There really is no story, but when you listen to the commentators talk about the team and Goodwin not being out there, the way I feel as a 49er fan is that there's some sort of like an attitude issue. Maybe he didn't want Sanders to come and he wanted to be that number 1 guy, and maybe he's just not good to be around. So the 49ers just basically say, well, we're not going to put you out there unless we really have to. And with the injuries to the team, Goodwin had to get out there on the field. And it looks like at this time, he's not really making the most of what's going down. Richard Sherman at one point had 3 pass interference calls called against him in 1 quarter. Richard Sherman, he's one of my favorite guys on the Niners. He's one of my favorite guys when he plays and when he doesn't play. He might as well be a defensive coach and an offensive cheerleader when he's on the sideline. But you want to believe that Richard Sherman is the Richard Sherman to pass, and I'm hoping that it's not caught up with him. He really ran his mouth about the 49ers defense, and then he ate some crow. He ate a lot of crow when the Niners lost because of how bad that defense was, and the defense took credit for the loss. They basically raised their hands up and said, yeah, we'll take that. That's on us. But hopefully this is not, the future of the 49ers. It's just Sherman giving up these pass interference calls. Hopefully, if he just needs a little bit of rest to get back out there. The Niners have really played a lot of high caliber games coming off the Monday night one, then that rolled over into the Sunday. So we'll see what goes down. Niners going to be playing Green Bay. I believe that is a Sunday night game on NBC. Going to have a lot of eyes on us. Green Bay sitting at home right now on their bye week, watching this game, probably studying it for them. Let's see what Green Bay is going to bring for us, because it's going to be a tough one for us. Green Bay, one hell of a team, but they're also one of those up and down. They have really, really good weeks where they look like they're a team you can talk about winning the Super Bowl, and some weeks they look like, man, I don't even know how this is going to be a playoff team. So we'll see. We escaped beating the Cardinals twice in the same year. We get that sweep. Would have been nice, and I don't want to say it would have been nice, but I don't know really how to say it. But one of the guys that has killed us for years, Larry Fitzgerald, scored another touchdown against the 49ers today. He's just a 49er killer. But when that guy isn't catching balls for the Cardinals anymore, I might be a happy guy. But he is a legend. You got to tip your hat to that dude. And just what he's still giving to that organization. But, man, as a 49er fan, the day that guy hangs it up and rides off into the sunset, it's going to be a good day for this fan.